Good evening. It is five. No, it's 6:55. You know what I'm saying? It's November 11, 17, 2013. We having that moment, that brief, you know what I'm saying, that brief little intake, you know what I'm saying? Basically, it gives it a little brief about Honey Hood. Case may be, it gives you a little bit of flavor of myself and who's being produced this Honey Hood Dream. And the case may be, my CEO in the background trying to get me right in the mind, too. So at the same time, Dog Eyes, what was the question that you come to say? What was what?
What was Honey Hood's dream today?
What was Honey Hood's dream today? While I was out?
Yes.
It was inspiring, and that was very good to touch on that. It was very inspiring to me because at the same time, as I proceeded in the areas, I got tested to do things that I did not want to do, but at the same time, to be a man is to do things that has to be done. But at the same time, it was very intriguing, very wonderful. Treating is like lost, but it's still cool, right? Right? Yes, sir.
Wonderful.
Like it was intriguing. It was like very inspiring.
He said that if something was said and something was done, that made you give
Something
a
that was said. And
so give me that statement you was just talking to me before.
shucks, I say too many things that I kind of.
You on camera now.
So I'm on camera. You right, but it was inspiring as everyday life.
What happened?
Well, work. It was. What do you mean?
You just told me.
I just told you. I understand, but a lot of things, it's like. I mean, once you said it more than once and you keep remembering, you good. Especially studying. That's one thing that the pastor touched on today. That you have to put your work into it. If not, you don't see it. And at the same time, like study today. The pastor even explained that today. He said, you can study about it. You can take the degree and catch the degree. But at the same time, if you don't be out there, be like, boom, if you don't come to just go out there and do it, you know, it's like saying cooking. You say you're a cook, but did you cook? Did you make this food? You're not a cook. Just because you read it on a piece of paper doesn't mean that you're a cook. Did you cook? It's like barbering. Okay, you a barber. You took lessons. Okay, but did you come across cutting some hair, cutting people's hair? So you're saying you're a barber, but at the same time you haven't cut nobody's hair. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like saying pastor. It's like when you told me I want to be a pastor. Okay, you said you pastor, but do you know something about pastor? And the pastor even touched on that. He said even when it comes to be the darkest time, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I can't just run up. No, I mean it's blessful to say to run on it, but at the same time I can't. You know why? Because even if I do a good thing, I would like to not all these enemies, because it's not enemy. You know what I'm saying? Because even in the darkest hour, the enemy will trap you. Basically, you be doing something good, but then you be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like you probably be doing something good, but at the same time you might be doing something wrong. I mean, you're doing something good, but sometimes it's like a female. You probably helping a female out, but at the same time, even when you helping her out, it might seem to somebody else that you're doing something bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like a situation that somebody said, there's a woman in the backyard, but the case may be, you know what I'm saying, how she explained it, she said, oh, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, somebody on the bed, somebody in the couch, somebody in the room, so there ain't no bed for me. But if you come to realize that she's blessful, you know what I'm saying, then at the same time, there's another situation with it. Our cat. So, but it's not, you know what I'm saying, nothing bad. It's just you gotta hear the whole story. Don't hear it. It's like don't hear most of it. Don't hear the cut. Hear all of it. Get all the information. Experience it. Feel it.
And your experience when you went out with the pastor.
Okay.
Right?
Went out with the pastor.
Went to the service.
Went to the service.
And you heard what he said there. He was preaching and teaching in the Boys and Girls Club outdoors, right? So then he took you over to the other church and he preached there. And what was it about?
Well, today's sermon it was about life experience and at the same time understanding your life experiences. But at the same time, even when life experience is understanding what you should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right or right?
What did he say?
I don't come to come.
That's why I say
everything in mind.
Let's pay attention to what he said.
That's why you take
studies
and notes.
And you take notes. You didn't take any pictures today.
In case maybe I didn't need to take pictures, but at the same time you can record like that right now, at the moment.
Yeah, you record. You didn't record that, but you didn't have to record that because you was in the actual moment.
But at the same time, you got to remember too. Even if you're in the moment, you're in that moment. And it's like within that moment, sometimes it's hard. It's not hard to remember, but so that when you come to be in that moment, in that place of mind, when that issue comes to be brought again, you know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta you know it, but you don't know everything of it. So it's like once you study it once or twice, and then you go and go through it once or twice, then you understand what's going on, what's the situation, what's the issue. Once you know what's the situation and issue and how to go about it, how to talk about it, how to preach it, and how to finesse it to speak it, then you have everything in your head. Then you have, as Busta Rhymes said, I got the whole world in front of my hand. If I can crush it off, ridiculous, however come to be. But at the same time, with the music, you got to understand with the lyrics being brought to you. Understand that the music it has more, as yourself, as you've been teaching me, that listen. As in Moses, and he touches as in a spinal cord in one part of his preaching. He was speaking about it, and I remember as you gave me a study time about 2-3 days ago about the movie Moses and was it Roman? Lucian. It was Rayail. It was two that is a similar like, but it became Joseph. Yes. So he touched on it like that too, but he didn't speak on that situation. But I thought about it like that because the more you study, the more you know. As you ever say, I mean, the more you get smarter, the more harder it's gonna get for you to, you know what I'm saying?
It's not really about studying. It's about understanding what you study.
Right.
Because if you just study, and that's the same as reading. People read, people write things down just to pass the time of writing out what they had to do and give it to the teacher or give it to the administrator class, what they had to turn in. And they may not know anything about what they just wrote. They wrote it because they're answering the question. The question is, how many people are in the world today? And then they write, it's over 1 billion. Then they have to go and do a research paper on it to actually find out how many people there are to get the correct answer. Is they go to a study library or someone that has the history from another book, write it down, answer the question, and leave it at that. That's how the educational part is done. But as far as him asking him a week from now, what he put on that paper, he may know and might not know. Because he only did it to answer the question. He didn't do it to maintain understanding
and finesse
of why this particular number is asked to him to answer.
It's like this tattoo. I mean, when I first got it, I didn't understand why I got it. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, when I explained it to my tattoo